Coming into the season, Florida State, my model had at number 12, and I was asking the Triple H model, I was saying, why is Florida State number 12? It didn't respond because it is a model, and I was really concerned with it, long story short, for one reason, though. Because DJU, although he's a solid, good quarterback, he's been in years past, he was at Oregon State, completed 59% of his passes. Accuracy has always been a question mark with him. And their receiving core, they lost a lot. They lost Keon Coleman. They lost Johnny Wilson. Their number one guy was a question mark. Was it going to be Malik Benson? Was it going to be Ja'Kai Douglas? They didn't know. And I want to shout out the Cover 3 Summer School because, guys, if you don't know what the Cover 3 Summer School is, they basically, Bud Elliott goes over meets with every single beat reporter and goes over what has popped out in training camp, what hasn't, what's to look for, what position groups are doing well, what are falling behind, and you can get a lot I get a lot of betting advice from listening to that, because I remember the beat reporters saying, "Oh, Florida State, they haven't found their wide receiver one yet, and they've tried true freshmen, and they just haven't been able to find it." And I wondered, that could possibly hold them back from being a 10-2 team to like an 8-4, 7-5 team. So I expected Florida State to have some trouble through the air. Here's what I did not expect in Tallahassee. Florida State allowing 190 yards rushing, 5.3 yards per carry to Georgia Tech. Florida State allowing 263 rushing yards to Boston College on 5.1 yards per carry. Florida State averaging 1.3 yards per carry against Boston College. Florida State to average 3.2 yards per carry against Georgia Tech. Like I said before, football is a war. And Florida State has been absolutely destroyed in the trenches by two teams that have absolutely no business on paper beating them in the trenches. I expected Florida State to struggle to generate a consistent passing attack, but I did not expect Florida State to get absolutely annihilated in the trenches, and that's what's happened. What is going on in Tallahassee? Because this defense that was so good up front last year, remember when they needed him most, they gave up 6 points to Louisville. They were in the top 20 in points allowed. They produced NFL guy after NFL guy and still returned a good nucleus. What is happening up down there? What is? I have no idea, because this is a team, their front seven was supposed to be their strength. And you look on Twitter and DJU is getting a lot of crap, but folks, DJU is not the problem in Tallahassee. The problem is they can't run the ball. They can't stop the run. They don't have receivers that get open. That is the problem. And it'll always fall on the quarterback, and people will take personal shots at DJU, but it is not his fault. It isn't. Because the situation that he's being put in is not a good situation, and it's not the situation that people expected DJU to be in the preseason. Florida State can't run the ball. They can't stop the run. And their secondary has also been a little bit shaky. You give up 9 yards per pass attempt to Haynes King. Thomas Castellanos, 6.6 yards per pass attempt, but, he controlled the game. He had the opportunity to. Oh, man. I feel for Florida State fans. I really do, because right now it is not looking good. That is the issue. That's the issue in Florida State. The issue is there's so many issues, I'm not sure you can even fix it in a week.